Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Aquarian Mind podcast. Today's podcast, episode number 139. I'm your host, Jamel Crothers. It's Mondays with Mello, and today we're talking about addressing social and world issues. With so much that's going on in the world right now, uh, the Roe versus Wade, overturning by the Supreme Court, all that stuff, that's a topic that I never wrote about or addressed or anything like that. Um, there's a reason why. Well, for one, obviously, like I'm a male author, so I never felt comfortable in going down that road and writing stories about it. I read so many stories about women in situations and their health and potentially dying, and there's so many situations and circumstances with that. And for, from my perspective, I fully understand it. I know people who have gotten abortions, things of that nature. It doesn't make me love them any less. But that's kind of a brief synopsis of what I'll say in regards to that. Um, I don't feel like I should uh, be sitting at the table talking about that. Uh, I do feel like women should do what they feel is right for them and, let the chips fall where they may. But that's just kind of, my focus on that. And I think that's the furthest I will say in regards to that because this is a big platform for me and I'm trying to grow a brand and uh you know trying to stay away from the politically incorrect things that I could say or whatever the case is. I've written plenty of controversial books anyway, so I guess if I'm going to get in trouble, I'm going to get in trouble with you know America Under Mind Control, America, a Country Divided, Kids with Guns. That series is very controversial in regards to gun control, things of that nature. And I will say, for the past few years, I have written, so many social and world issues. And while I have enjoyed the journey of writing all of this subject matter, I still feel I can do more. And I feel like we as people can do a lot more to address all that's going on around us. And I understand that, we all have our own lives, things to handle and deal with, you know. But I start to question how, when, and where can we open up more platforms to discuss all of these issues in the world. And I question whether we've all become selfish in our own way to where we're only focused on ourselves and our own lives. And when you think about it, the world is constructed to keep us constantly busy so we don't have to, uh, have time to do things that, honestly really matter to us. And, I feel that even though I write books and record audio books, there's just so much more I can do to, impact others. And I feel that I'll get to a time and place where I will really do more because I feel there are so many more opportunities for me to do more. And I know that I'll figure that out, as time moves on. There needs to be more discussions on so many things, and it's just getting the right people around us and moving forward, making the world a better place. Because honestly, the time is now. We can no longer wait or sit back and, wait for others to do things. And one of the last things that I want to have is regrets, in the future for not stepping up to the plate and doing certain things that will impact people and resonate with others. And for me, I think that whenever my time comes and whenever I go, I've done all the work that I've needed to do in regards to addressing a lot of the social issues that are going on in the world. Today, as a society, there's just so much that we need to do. I look at from when I was born until now, and the culture shift has been good, but then it's also been bad. And I'm not someone who goes on social media, the platforms that we're given, and the internet that we've been given, and point the finger at all of the social media platforms that have been given to us, from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. Those are all the major ones. There are smaller ones, I'm quite sure, but those are the major ones that have. And YouTube, DTube, please. I can sit here and go on and on and on. Vimeo, Daily Motion, and all we do is we go on these platforms and we talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And then it's like, do you feel better that you've done that? Because I don't, and I don't, fall into the whole trendy thing of posting what's trending in the moment. Like, I'm just not that person. I feel like a body of work that I've spent time researching and spending time observing the world and studying people's behaviors and, reading different things, allows me to grasp and get a feel for what's going on around me. And, the dating scene is just the dating scene. That's all I can say. And I don't blame the social media platforms for all of it. I look at people and how they were raised, and I look at the morals and values of people and whether they respect themselves and who they are and all of those things. Those are the things that are important to me. Because if you weren't raised right, you're not going to live in this world the right way. And know your parents can't give you every single thing, and you've got to go into the world and you've got to experience things for yourself too. But the majority of us know what's right from wrong. The majority of us know that there are so many social issues that affect us directly. So why aren't we doing more? Why aren't we exposing things for what they are? And I'm talking deeper than what you think I'm talking about. I'm talking go down the rabbit hole and follow the money and understand the evils of this world and how we need to really put it out there for us to fully understand how this world is working currently and how this has all been a progression and a process to get to where we are. And if you were someone who listened to my podcast, I would say 2 to 3 years ago, where I was talking about a lot of the evils and atrocities that were going on in this world, then yeah, you're going to understand where I'm coming from. And yeah, I could write about that stuff, but people have to be at a place where they're willing to understand and accept things for what they really are and not what they think it is. As they say, the truth always comes out when it's time. And I know I have a long way to go in regards to writing, creating, and getting to where I want to be. And I told my mom not too long ago, I haven't even reached my peak yet. It's funny when she told me I was so talented, and I said, yeah, thanks, but I haven't really scratched the surface yet. Pretty scary to know that, but I guess I'll reach my peak at some point. I'm only 6.5 years into this. Maybe by year 10, I'll probably hit where I'm really supposed to hit, but who knows? And maybe I'm in my prime now of like writing the most, consistent content that I have written in the 6 years I've been doing this. And next year, yeah, it's going to be a really, really, really big book series that I'm doing. Currently working on it now, 12 book series, and I am writing book 9 as we speak. So, yeah, just think. The rest of this year for books are ready and good to go. And the first 8 books of next year are already written. Because I'm not trying to be trendy. I'm not trying to address social issues when ish hits the fan. I'm here to address things now. I'm here to make you uncomfortable now and every day and consistently. I've never been the guy that follows what's trending. I've never been the guy who wore what everyone else was wearing. I was never the guy who, wanted something because someone else had it. It was like, oh, okay, cool, you got that, but I have this. I've always been the guy who had things that no one else had. Lucky me, but what I'm trying to say is I'm not a follower. I am a leader. I am a quiet one, but I am a leader. And as they say, the revolution won't be televised. Somewhere along the lines, each of us has to take some sort of accountability and say to ourselves, okay, what's a social issue that's important to me right now, and how do we go about resolving this and fixing this? Because no, we can't depend on people in power because they're trying to take away our power. Got it? So with that said, that's my podcast for today. I thank you guys for listening. As always, be good, everyone. Everyone, accomplish your goals.